What's going on?
What's happening, y'all? Happy Sunday.
This Sunday.
Listen, man, we're on episode 8 already.
Season 12.
D&D Dialect. What's popping, everybody? What's happening? Listen, so guys, we have a guest today. Welcome in, welcome in.
What's going on?
We got a guest today, y'all, and she kind of hit us with the, I'm not going to say with the lefty, but her husband's joining us, so we're super excited to have her. And her husband, Mr. Collins, I think she's here. Here, let's see. Hey. Sunday, I hope y'all are feeling good. I'm ready to talk about some hair, talk about some business, maybe a little bit of marriage stuff.
Probably not this episode on the marriage stuff.
Okay, so they're going to come back.
Yeah.
You're going to bring them back. Yeah. What's happening, everybody? What's going on? We're waiting for her to come in the building. Let's see. What's going on? So it's Miss Shannon Collins. Tell them about Shannon. How you met her?
Basically, I know her high school. You know what I'm saying? Okay. You know what we do. But feel she's a good person to interview today because she's an entrepreneur. I wanted us to tell her about your ups and downs and the things of being an entrepreneur, especially if you're in business with your husband. There she is. What's going on?
Hey.
Hi, guys.
How you doing?
How are you?
Well, we have the couple of the hour. Thank you guys for jumping in with D&D today. We were just telling everybody what was going to go on, and we're going to get this thing jumping.
How you guys feeling tonight? We're good. You guys are plugging in from Kansas? So what time? Okay.
We're
what time is it there?
Behind you guys. So 6:30. 6:30.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So we're around the same time. Okay. So nice to officially meet you. I'm OC. You guys know Fred.
You know
how it works, guys, is I actually have 5 questions. Fred is a hothead. He usually just jumps questions off. And you guys feel free to be yourself. If that's cool with y'all. There's no specific, way that you need to answer. Just be yourself. But to start off, I'd love for you guys to tell everyone who's watching and will be listening to this episode who you are.
Okay. Well, and my name is Shannon Collins. I am a wife, a mother. I have been in education for 17 years, and I am a newly salon owner here in Kansas. Well, we live in Gardner, Kansas now. Like I say, by way of Mississippi. So Fred and I kind of go back from high school. So.
Yeah, boy.
Wow. You gonna talk about some high school days? Okay.
I don't. I have 4 kids, so I don't remember. Yeah.
I know how that works. I know how that works. I got you. Roger that. All right.
And Mr. Collins,
hey, what's going on? I'm the Derek Collins. I'm from Shaw, Mississippi. I'm a retired Army vet, and I've been in education now for 10 years.
Okay. So we got educators.
Educators in the building.
So, we probably can tap back in on a couple of different topics.
We're gonna have to because especially with the education part, you guys know if you don't know, we do a lot with the community, especially with the kids, and so I would love to tap in and talk about that too. But for the sake of tonight, for my second question, will you just give us a background on your journey of how you got into the hair industry?
So this goes back to middle school, high school days. So doing hair was always something that I kind of dabbled in from, doing some of the basketball players back then. One of my faithful clients, Courtney Green, braiding them up. So then friends and family, it was just one of those things that I always found comfort in. And even as a little girl going to the salon and getting my hair done and watching the women do what they did, it was always kind of, it was a safe space. Or it was comfort. And so I always thought, if I had the chance or if I got the opportunity to make people feel like that once they leave, that would be something that I always wanted to do. And so that passion just grew and grew and grew to the point to where I was able to stay home in 2016 with 2 young kids. I was able to stay home with the youngest kids. So you have 4 girls and a son. And so with the younger 2, I was able to stay home and I got the opportunity to go back to cosmetology school. So kind of how it came forth.
That's awesome. So it followed you.
Yeah.
It like took you in. So Mr. Collins, let me ask you, because like I said, when I was going back and forth with Shannon today, she was like, hold up, now I gotta have my hubby on here because he's been a big part of this. You know, like I stick with the comedy and the trucking, but this is what my wife does along with OCC, so I have my part to play in this too. But when you have your spouse bring their husband in, like, hold up, I can't do none of this without the person that got me here. Yeah. Tell me how that was, man, of just being there for support.
That's a great question, man. You know, one of the things that I try to provide for Shannon is I try to make her dreams come true. And when she mentioned to me that she wanted to stay at home and become a cosmetologist, it was a shock for me. But, you know, I pray, I ask God to reveal to me how I can actually help her, you know, achieve her goal and to make sure her dreams come true. And it was actually, it wasn't ironic. You know, like I said, it was all God orchestrating everything. A year before it actually took place, I met a lady that was interested in creating a program at the high school I was working at to provide opportunities for young women or young men that wanted to go into the hair industry. And so we connected over that. And so I ended up asking Shannon a series of questions about, you know, what's her ultimate goal and, you know, and getting her cosmetology license. And this salon was, you know, where this school was up and coming, you know, it wasn't like a big name school or anything like that. But make a long story short, Shannon and I met with the lady, and she allowed Shannon to be able to attend the school in return for, you know, some services after she was able to get her license and everything. So God blessed us where she was able to go ahead and get her cosmetology license for little or nothing. You know what I'm saying? It was truly a blessing from God, and I attribute that to the fact that, you know, a year before this journey actually started, we was able to connect with this lady and put some things in place.
Yeah.
Well, D&D, you guys heard it from another husband. You just don't hear it from me. If you stick beside him, brother, and give him 120%, you guys will see the outcome. You'll see the outcome. Yes. So you want to go to your next question, or you want to just fire off another?
Okay, you big time.
Big time. Big time. Big time. It's an inside joke.
It's an inside joke.
Yeah.
Okay. So Shannon, I know you from being athletic, you know, sports affiliated. You know what I'm saying? Was this like a big turnaround from you? Because I know, like you said, you were doing hair back in school and things of that nature, but what made you put the basketball down and go to doing this?
Yeah. So
good question.
Graduated high school, went to Mississippi Delta, played ball in Mississippi Delta. Then when I was done in Mississippi Delta, went to Delta State, and my goal was to play ball for Delta State. Was offered a scholarship. There was some red flags or some red tape with the scholarship. Went and tried out with Delta State, got an offer, but at that point I had already taken out a loan for school. So I think this was this may have been the catalyst that kind of made me pivot. So once I recognized that, okay, here it is, I'm having to pay for school, and didn't have basketball to kind of fall back on, it made me rethink some of the plans that I had. So here it is, you know, basketball was life. You know, I thought I was the master organizer. I thought I was on top of, you know, having my stuff together. But once basketball went out of the window, I became a big procrastinator. So some of these things were kind of the catalyst to kind of help me develop or redevelop those skills that I thought I lost. So basketball went away. A lot of other things went away too. So yeah.
Wow. We need listeners, but if you heard her, she said she procrastinated a while. So don't think because you out here you procrastinate for a minute, you gotta hang it up, brother. Like it's just not your time yet. You sit back, keep getting your blueprint in. As you see, you got a couple sitting right in front of you telling you their life past,
Yeah.
and entrepreneurship was still
Yeah.
at the end. And look at them
So,
now. They
dream
blossom.
deferred is not a dream
That's
denied.
Correct.
It.
That's
Right
it. That's a good saying right there.
That's it. So I'm gonna pick up with that. I want to jump back to like what you talked about, procrastination and stuff like that. Can you guys share some challenges, because we're entrepreneurs as well? We totally understand. You know, we live in a society now where it's all about a title. Everybody want to be the boss. Everybody want to be an entrepreneur, so they have a business. Can you talk about some of the challenges of being an entrepreneur, whether as a couple, as an individual, however you want to break it down? Like, let the listeners know.
It's not always
peachy.
I would say, you know, you have to have some difficult conversations and you have to set some realistic goals. You cannot do this. You cannot be an entrepreneur without having goals or having a blueprint or some idea as to where you want to go. You will not get there if you're just kind of aimlessly shooting or just kind of, you know, haphazardly going along with things. So you have to have some type of plan or some type of blueprint or have some idea as to where you want to go. That's first and foremost.
I think for me, you got to have a support system as well.
Yes.
I know for a fact I'm a big supporter, and I do believe whatever she puts her mind to, she's able to accomplish that, because I'm on my knees praying that it comes through, because it's gonna help, you know, 5 kids that we have. So to have that support system is so important. That's the foundation piece, to have that support system.
And you have to be open to what that support system looks like. You know, a lot of times we kind of get hung up, or we have this idea as to what support is supposed to look like. It's supposed to come from family. It's supposed to come from friends. It's supposed to come from these different places. But support is support. And it does not matter, or it should not be wrapped up in this package for you to understand that you have support. So.
Yeah,
that was good.
That was great.
That was good.
That was a good answer. Good answer.
You ready?
Mr. Collins,
Yeah.
this is coming back to you, man. So, by us being the men, and you know, as men, it's easy for us just to flow with what's going on. But you know, you have your wives, the person you support and you love. Let the D&D listeners, because I've expressed to them, how difficult is it at times to get the business side and the wife side, and you shall separate it down.
I mean, it's tough. I say, that communication is key, man. I know one of the things that I had in my mind of how this would run, but seeing it day to day, I understand now that the way I had it in my mind is not the way it's gonna run. So
no, sir.
Like accepting that and allowing her to be herself has been beneficial for our family, you know. And with doing that, I have to step up my game as a father. You know, like I said, at the house, we got 4 girls, you know. So I make it very intentional to spend as much as time with them as possible to support them, as well as to support their mom, as her mom set the example for our kids. So the biggest thing is communication, man. At the end of the day, we try to make every moment together as essential as possible. Does that make sense? I mean, every single moment. I don't care if we going down the street to Walmart. We try to make that, you know, as meaningful as possible, because that time, you know, I always say time is something you can't get back. No. So the moments we spend together, you try to make the most of it.
Wow. Well, this is going to be an off-the-wall question, because he said 4 girls. So this is just a personal question from me to you. You have 4 daughters, and I see, of course, a wife. I have 6 daughters. Do they get that nagging like, brother?
Don't do that. Don't do that to us,
bro.
Don't do
that nagging with 6 females?
I got it's 5 of them at the house. You know what I'm saying? I personally don't have no problem with it. I kind of let them, you know, do what they gonna do. But when I do say something, I really don't say nothing that much. But when I do say something, like everybody listen. Does that make sense? So I kind of let, you know, do what they gonna do, handle their business, how they gonna handle their business. But if I have to step in, then that You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
That
sir.
ain't playing.
You already know.
So
But
set
in
it all
our
down.
defense, Octavia, so people always seem to think because you have as many girls as you do, it's always the poor man. No, poor us.
Let's go.
Poor us.
I'm glad
Because
somebody said it.
We know what
so
it is.
glad
We know what it's like to deal with
Man.
ourselves. And to add on
Right.
dealing with ourselves, and you know, kids get some of their temperament from their parents. So you know, it's a mixture. It's a give and take.
Right.
So you know, poor us.
I'm so glad you said, because you know what, I grew up with my brothers in the home. I have sisters, but I grew up with my brothers. So when I like the girls and just the noise and just the it's a lot. But thank you, Shannon. Thank you.
So even in high school, I had my intimate circle of female friends, but I hung out with the guys.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this whole dynamic is new to me. It is very.
Yeah.
I got you. All right, so listen, Shannon, I got a question that some of the ladies probably want to ask, will never ask, including myself, but I'm going to ask you because I don't care. When you're dealing with thinning hair, right? Thinning hair, thinning edges, thinning everything. Give us some tips. What do we do? How do we take care of our hair?
So first of all, you want to assess how you're wearing your hair most often. So our hair naturally wants to fall in a certain position. So anytime you are taking your hair or wearing your hair out of their position, either up or pulled back or what have you, or adding tension to it, like with braids and some of those other protective styles, that's creating a situation. If you do that too often, that's creating a situation for thinning or for hair loss. So you want to make sure that you're not allowing your hair to spend too much time in those types of styles. The other thing is you have to look at hair care, or having healthy hair starts in the inside. So you want to evaluate what you're eating. You want to make sure you're getting plenty of rest. You want to make sure that you're drinking your water. So those are all just simple things that we can do outside of seeing a professional. If, you know, you experience some hair loss and you see some different changes coming about, then, you know, those are just things that we can do. There's no magic pill. There's no magic pill. Hear me when I say there's no magic pill that will make your hair grow back faster. It's going to require a lifestyle change. Meaning exercise, diet, reducing your stress, making sure you're not pulling your hair back as often, as well as, you know, time. So there's no magic pill. Hear me when I say this. There's no magic pill. There's no magic serum. Nothing. So.
Got it.
So glad you said. This is why I knew I needed to ask this, because like I'm a weave girl, right? And I'm a weave girl because of the mintiness or the requirement in this. You know what I mean? But like my daughter just gave me a history lesson last night as well about certain products and different things, because I am natural. But my biggest question, I never really understood that the inner work, drinking, what you water and sleep, how that impacts your hair. That's awesome. Thank you so much for breaking that down for us. That was great.
Well, I see you guys have dreads. I used to have dreads.
Gotcha.
But it was just too hot for me. So let me ask you this thing. To let the people know the difference between healthy dread hair and people that needs work, because I've seen some people that said their dreads were as healthy as ever, and you barely touched it and you got it in your hand. So what's something that you use to keep your, I mean, it probably would be like the same thing you said about your edges and things of that nature. But with dreads, like, how often do you recommend getting retwisted and things of that nature?
Lifestyle plays an important factor in that. You know, maintenance is key. Like, you just, the idea or the myth that dirty hair grows is false. Let's just go ahead and dispel that. It's false. Your scalp is the most important key. Hair can't thrive with a unhealthy scalp. So your scalp is like the fertile ground in which your hair thrives from. So making sure that you have adequate scalp care. I'm thinking, depending on your activity and your lifestyle, every 4 to 6 weeks is an appropriate time to do maintenance. But depending on the type of maintenance, you can extend it a little bit longer. But making sure you keep your scalp clean is important, is the key.
So for me, my journey started about a year ago. So this is a year
Oh, wow.
into my lock journey. And so, like Shannon say, I kind of, well, I know kind of, I try to eat healthy. I drink plenty of water, but I also exercise regularly. So what I tell people all the time is your hair is part of the skin. So if you want skin, you have to eat healthy. You have to drink plenty of water because it's an extension of your skin. So just like we treat our skin, we should treat our hair as well. We won't walk around with clogged skin all day. We shouldn't walk around with clogged scalp all day.
Correct.
That's good.
Well, D&D to all you nasty hair people out there. Y'all just heard you gotta clean the scalp if you want that thing to grow. Don't think you can
Because I heard that too. Don't wash your hair, girl. Keep it dirty.
Yeah, I hear all kind of different things. Man, don't wash your hair every 90 days.
Yeah, don't keep the braids in for 2 months. You know how it goes.
So you guys hearing it from a professional. Wash the thing like you want to wash your face and keep yourself going, brother. Your hair is an essential part of your body. It's really your presentation. You know, it's something that some people they feel down they can't get their hair done. You know,
I'm trying to tell you, so, it makes you feel some type of way when your hair look a type of way. That's crazy when you say.
Shoot, look at me. We get ready to come on here. I'm like, oh shoot, we always share. I gotta go cut my hair real quick. I said, man, I can't go on here. I gotta get a haircut and everything. But Shannon, man, this has been a pleasure.
Yeah.
We really want to invite you guys on for like a couples topic because we do have another entity that we're involved in. It's called like D&D Love Connection. Basically, we're getting couples on here, throwing out how you guys made over the obstacles that you've been through and the things of that nature. And we all trust and believe. I wave my hand on that too. Blended families, because I have 4 from my first marriage. She has 4 from her second marriage. And like I said, you guys have great energy. I would love to get you back on a later date whenever you guys feel like you have the time and tap back into D&D Dialect because you guys are talking to some good people and you're talking to a lot of people. And we want to get you guys out there, especially in Kansas, because D&D, we need to go out, show support to this company out here in Kansas, man.
So
let them know.
So we are located at 133 East Main Street here in Gardner, Kansas. So, you know, hey, you guys travel different places to go get your hair done. So if you want your hair done right, you can travel here as well. So
there it is.
Okay. Oh, give them your social media.
And so my handle on Instagram is @Mane Purpose. So ManePurpose. So.
Say Mane.
I'm not like Mane. See, I know what you said. I got you. Hey, we go through this all. I got you. She said Mane. Like how you say Mane? She said Mane. Mane Purpose. Yeah, right.
I can't say it like
See, he from South. He get it too. She from Connecticut. Yeah. See, that's how we talk.
Yeah. I know. I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, like I said, it's been a pleasure. We definitely, I'm going to shoot you a message on IG. Mr. Collins, brother, I'm also, I don't know if you big on Instagram. I like to shoot you over my link so we can keep in touch. See if there's any type of things me and you can connect on from the man side. Like I said, I do a lot in the community also. So I feel you'll be a good guest speaker, you know, for the OCC with our virtual club that we have and talk to these youth because we deal with youth from all walks of life, but mostly we get troubled youth that fall in our hands. We have contracts with the schools here in Atlanta, Georgia, but we get the ones that they feel are thrown away.
I can't stand it.
But
I can't stand how
we are here doing that because one of our schools, brother, they gave us these kids. We went and looked at everybody's report card. Everybody is now passing with C's or better. And these were kids that were felons.
Yes.
So
like extreme at risk.
Extreme at risk. So brother, I would like to invite you in and get some hearsay of you on that. And you too, Shannon, because you've been in this 17 years. Let's just not leave it here because there's something that we can absorb from you guys.
We appreciate
also.
the opportunity. So just let us
problem.
know.
I'm on Instagram, but I don't really be on there a lot, man. But if you reach out to Shannon, she can get in contact. She see me every
She'll get you the
I'll definitely be able to get back with you. I just want to, I don't know if you remember, man, but weren't you in Greenville at the unit Bravo Company 467? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, for a
I
little
was
while
in that
before I
same
went
unit.
acting. Man, I'm trying to,
Wow.
bro.
Yeah.
I was there,
Yeah.
man. Me and Turner, we would see
Yeah,
Turner
you left
stayed
for a
there,
little
but
while. I
I ended up.
remember you, man. When Shannon told me, I said, that name sound familiar. We used to call him Dunnigan. I think I remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that.
Dang.
Wow.
Heck yeah.
Look how God brought it right back down.
Yeah.
Heck
That's
no.
crazy.
Yep. I was 17 years old, man.
Oh my gosh.
Dang.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that.
But
That's
you can reach out
awesome.
to us, man. Like I said, right now, my current
I
job,
will.
I deal with a lot of average students. So, man, the insight that I have, man, I definitely can share it with anybody that's willing to hear.
Oh,
Gotcha.
awesome. That's
Oh,
awesome.
man. Well, like I said, once we get done with this live, we're going to do what we have to do with the podcast. But I want to talk to my wife to see how we can try to bring you guys and what we're doing with this virtual club type situation, because from you knowing that side and Shannon knowing the educational side and my wife knowing the educational side, and my wife worked for Defects for a certain amount of time. So we can collab and we can try to make all this thing, bro. Let's really like make this thing bigger than what it could be. Yeah. Well, Shannon,
before we leave, is there anything you guys would like to share? Any tips, motivational thought, things?
Yeah, I'm trying to think like just communication is important. Like communication with your spouse, communication with your coworkers, communication with your peers, communication just across the board is very important. Nobody can understand or know what it is that you're thinking, how you're feeling if you don't communicate.
You better say
you guys
that.
Heard it.
You better
You guys
say
heard
that.
it. Communication is the key, man. It don't matter how much you think you know. You always got to be able to shut your mouth, because God gave you 2 ears.
That's right.
Shut your mouth and listen, man.
I mean, I'm gonna just go with my just saying. I've adopted a motto for my family, and it's called trust God and chill. Trust God and chill. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna trust God and chill, and trust God and chill. Yeah, that chill is an acronym. It stands for contemplate on His word, heed His word, implement His word, and just live life. So we just gonna trust God and chill.
So we just chilling here.
Wow. We just chilling.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, that's adopting. We adopting.
No problem.
Yeah, that's what's up. Thank y'all for dropping that. Well, we love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. I said thank you. What'd you say? I'm sorry.
He said thank you.
Oh, okay. I didn't make sure I didn't cut you off. We appreciate y'all. This is going to be live any second. So y'all stay tuned. It's coming to all your podcast platforms. Love y'all. Thank y'all, Collins family, for tuning in. Y'all definitely follow, support, tell friends. Yeah, for sure. For sure. This is awesome. And we'll be back with some relationship talk, y'all. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. D&D.
D&D, baby. Let's get it. Peace out, y'all. God bless everybody.